So today I'm going to be doing a Bible reading, of course. And yeah, I guess let's get to it. So today we're going to be starting in Proverbs. And I like Proverbs because it talks about a virtuous woman. By the way, I hope you guys all had a wonderful and pleasant, what's it called? Thanksgiving. Tell me in the comments what you did for Thanksgiving. By the way, we have like the Karis Project. Good morning, Jason. How are you? The Karis Project today is going to be running like 3 different shows. Well, I guess I'm counting myself right now. So this is Real Talk with Kaysha on Rumble, but we're going to be having another show at 11 o'clock on Frank's Beach TV. And well, our show's going to run live on the Karis Project today at 11. It goes live on Frank's Beach TV at 5 p.m. Eastern. And we'll also be having another show at 4 o'clock. What time is that? It's not Eastern. I'm MST. So I think it's CST. I'll figure it out later. It's later today. Okay, so real quick, watched the Detroit Lions win. That's awesome. Guys, give me like a hot second because I need to get some water. Okay, well, let's get into the reading today. I don't really have anything to bore you with this morning before we start. Guys, I'm so funny. I'm so silly and I'm so funny. By the way, shout out to how my skin looks right now. And I will tell you, all I use on my face is water and castor oil. Like, I wash my face with water because I'm scared of putting products on my face. And recently I've been using... What is this sound coming out of me? Anyway, I will also use castor oil on my face and on my body. Actually, today I used castor oil on my body instead of soap. Not soap, instead of lotion. Apparently, if you use it fresh out of the shower, it helps your skin, and it did. Like, it feels pretty good. If you want, you can probably add essential oils to your castor oil while you rub it on your skin so that it has like a nice fragrance. But I'm trying to move away as much as possible from anything that has chemicals in it. And straight castor oil is good because it pulls toxins out of your body, and it actually is very healing. And it's super moisturizing. It's even good for your hair. Like, you can put it in your hair before you wash your hair. I didn't really do that this time, but well, in certain parts of my hair, I put it and I washed it out. But yeah, go natural, guys. Like, go natural. There's too many chemicals and things these days, and it's just so awful. I don't understand what this notification is supposed to be. I'm actually kind of shocked. Guys, I posted a video yesterday night, and people started using the audio of the video. And when I saw that, like, you know how people use like an audio for a video as like a sound over their picture or their video? People started doing that, and I was like, you guys are sweet. Oops, I'm late. Wait to Rumble. Yes, please, Meg. Please Rumble. Anybody listening on any other platform, thank you for listening on that platform. But please follow me on Real Talk with Kaysha on Rumble or the Karis Project, but I'm streaming this from Rumble. Hi, Becky. Hello. So yeah, let's get to the reading. I will enjoy this one today. Because yeah, like I said, good morning, Meg. Here you are on Rumble. I love it. Please share the stream. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. The reasons for the Proverbs. Man, guys, my heart this morning is just the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the word of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtly to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Listen to wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, Come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those who go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are they. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Interesting. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught at my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Interesting. I told you guys I will not be wearing pants anymore, and I meant it. As much as possible, pants shall never find me ever again. Never. Not unless it's like absolutely necessary. I shall find my way in dresses. As a matter of fact, I should like to purchase more subtle and traditional style dresses, or start making them. When I get settled in my own place, obviously I'm living in this hotel currently, in between places, whatever. But when I should get my own place, I will endeavor to buy my own fabrics, a sewing machine, and make my own dresses. Hiking. God, also understand practicality. Yeah, hiking is acceptable for pants, but in hiking, I'm not wearing pants. I'm probably wearing shorts or like joggers. I just can't. I just can't stand it anymore. I know I come on and like say this all the time. I just cannot stand pants. Women taking on the burden of pants was an egregious front. I'm not saying like anything to anyone who likes pants. Kudos to you. I now hate them. I once upon a time loved them. I now hate them. I don't even think they look as beautiful or as nice. Let me not get beside myself. Let me go back to reading. Hello, what do you think about Muslim people? I grew up around a lot of Muslim people. I like Muslim people. I don't have a problem with Muslim people. Um, I'll put it this way as well. The last couple of years, as you guys know, I'm a whistleblower, and over the course of the last couple of years, I suffered egregiously from the persecution of being a whistleblower, and um, I didn't get much help. Um, but this one lawyer that helped me was a Muslim. Even when Christians were not there for me, a Muslim helped me. And that was crazy to me as a Christian myself, because you expect, not expect, but you hope. You hope for solace in your Christian brethren, your brothers and sisters in Christ. And I felt like I couldn't find that. And that really broke my heart a lot. I stayed with God, obviously, nonetheless, because I'm a Christian, anyways. But a Muslim helped me. And a lot of people can say whatever they want about Muslim people. I don't care what religion you come from. I think what matters is the contents of a man's character. What matters is, who are you? Like, who is that person? Is that um, a kind and respectable and honorable, a loyal person? Or is that an evil person? You said, hello, Muslim here. Hello. Nice to meet you. This guy's here. Yeah, so to me, it matters more the contents of a person's character. My father raised me saying you need to, every individual man and woman should be judged based on the contents of their character. And that's what matters to me the most, not where you came from or who you are or what you are. I could care less. It does not signify. And also, like I said, I grew up around a lot of Muslims in school. It was predominantly white people, and after the white population, it was Muslims. And in fact, there was very few black people. Like there's literally like a handful of black people, literally a handful. Um, so, I got a lot of respect for them. Muslims are standing with Christians in Canada to fight against, the indoctrination that is happening in schools to children. They're fighting against the filth that's been pushing on their children. They are men and women too. They have children too. They are fathers and mothers. They are having the same problems like us. We are in the same like problems. We are all in the same hell trying to escape together. Hola Jay. How are you doing? Follow not follow. Yeah, follow on Real Talk with Kaysha on Rumble, and go over to the chat there if it should please you. And a lot of Muslims liked me growing up. I don't know why. Because I was Christian, so I didn't never understand it. But they were very nice to me. Very nice to me. I like Muslim people. I don't care. No one will make me hate anyone. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. Nobody. It doesn't matter what their race or religion. I don't hate anybody. No one can convince me to hate anybody. I can dislike your behavior and your contents and your character, but hate somebody, no. Even, really dislike somebody. I think, the Bible says, love the sinner, hate the sin. So even if someone does something wrong, I should show them, I should allow them to have consequence for their action, but I should still show them love, grace, and mercy like Christ does for us. I should be respectful to them. Anyway, the benefit of wisdom. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find knowledge of God. Sorry. I didn't see you live. I will recheck again, chica. Thanks. Jay seems to love Spanish. Are you Spanish, Jay, in some capacity? Reward of searching. No one can search the scriptures in spirit of Christ without being rewarded. When man is willing to be instructed as a little child, when he submits wholly to God, he will find the truth in his word. If men would be obedient, they would understand the plan of God's government. Human beings would be altogether different from what they now are. For by exploring the minds of truth, men would be ennobled. Christ Object Lessons, page 114. Altogether different. I just did a Substack on that just days ago. And indeed, I am altogether different. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. There's a passage called Wisdom comes from God. In a knowledge of God, all true knowledge and real development have their source. Wherever we turn, in the physical, the mental, or the spiritual realm, in whatever we hold, apart from the blight of sin, this knowledge is revealed. Education, page 14. He layeth up sound wisdom for righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness, and judgment, and equity, yea, every good path. When God entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the path of righteousness to walk in the way of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked and they froward in their paths. That's so funny. My grandmother growing up reminds me of my grandmother. She says froward all the time. I was only following the Karis Project. Yeah, the Karis Project is the main page where I do like the show. Real Talk with Kaysha is like the Karis Project is a show I host with my father, Dale, and Real Talk with Kaysha is my show where I just do these Bible readings, and I also do Real Talk with Kaysha, like talking about daily subjects from the news, like X News, and it's my daily Gazeta, kind of. Okay, let me continue to that reading. Who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. That thou mayest walk in the way of good men, and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. Your videos is flying on TikTok. Congratulations. Is it? Is it really? Thank you. Is that where you seen that from? Or seen me from to come here? By the grace of God and my Father alone, thank you. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Using wisdom. My son, this is chapter 3 of Proverbs now. Oh boy. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. I loved those last few verses. I love them. They're so beautiful, is it not? Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the firstfruits of all thine increase. Real. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. Return means to God. Not until God ceases to bless his children will they cease to be under bonds to return to him the portion that he claims. With joyful hearts they should dedicate to the Creator the firstfruits of their bounties, their choicest possessions, their best and holiest service. Thus they will gain rich blessings. Acts of the Apostles 3:39 and 3:40. There's a little other passage here called Plans for the Future. Proverbs 3:6. Many are unable to make definite plans for the future. Their life is unsettled. They cannot discern the outcome of affairs, and this often fills them with anxiety and unrest. Let us remember that the life of God's children in this world is a pilgrim life. We have not wisdom to plan our own lives. It is not for us to shape our future. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into the place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out. Wait. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out not knowing whither he went. Hebrews 11, verse 8. Christ in his life on earth made no plans for himself. He accepted God's plans for him, and day by day the Father unfolded his plans. So should we depend upon God, that our lives may be the simple outworking of his will. As we commit our ways to him, he will direct our steps. Too many, in planning for a brilliant future, make an utter failure. Let God plan for you. As a little child, trust to the guidance of him who will keep the feet of his saints. 1 Samuel 2, verse 9. God never leads his children otherwise than they would choose to be led if they could see the end from the beginning and discern the glory of the purpose which they are fulfilling as co-workers with him. Ministry to Healing 478 and 479. Co-workers with him. Isn't that beautiful? My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. She is more precious than rubies, and wisdom and understanding is of better merchandise. than silver or fine gold. Wisdom and knowledge is incomparable and is priceless. Is better than any money this world can offer you. Length of days, verse 16. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is every one that retaineth her. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked, when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. Wow. I know I said I don't want to use chemicals, and now I'm using Vaseline, but maybe eventually I'll just start using oil on my lips. I don't know. We'll see. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Cherish Wisdom, Chapter 4. By the way, guys, thanks for listening on Rumble. I appreciate it. Did not expect Bible reading. But with... Guys, can you be appropriate, please? Because I'm reading the Bible. Like, this is crazy. I didn't read the chat. I'm just now seeing the Kit Kat chat because I'm reading the Bible in the same time. So, can you read Ezekiel 25:17 after, perhaps? If you guys are listening on Kick, please. This is not a video. Why do people always think it's video? Do people just post videos and not lives? It's weird. Anyway, please go listen on Rumble on Real Talk with Kaysha. Thank you. Chapter 4. Cherish wisdom. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and wholly beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. The most important work. True education imparts this wisdom. It teaches the best use not only of one, but of all our powers and acquirements. Character building is the most important work ever entrusted to human beings, and never before was its diligent study so important as now. Never was any previous generation called to meet issues so momentous. Never before were young men and young women confronted by perils so great as confront them today. Education, page 222. That is a really good book. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be strained, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her go. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Wow. Stay on the path of wisdom. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they stumble. Stay focused on wisdom. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Yep. And there's a little passage called Issues of Life. The restoration and uplifting of humility begins in the home. The work of parents underlies every other. Society is composed of families and is what the heads of families make it. Out of the heart are the issues of life. Proverbs 4, verse 23. And the heart of the community, of the church, and of the nation is the household. The well-being of society, the success of the church, the prosperity of the nation depend upon home influences. Ministry to Healing, page 349. Good morning. Proverbs is succinct and encouraging. Is so succinct and encouraging. I agree, Julian. Thanks for joining. Good morning. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Everyone who say, oh, I can say whatever I want, I can talk however I want with foul language or whatever have you, the Bible says we're not to talk like that. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. We have to have sweet words from our mouth. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Avoid adultery. This is chapter 5 now. Okay. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. See, this is why I don't understand why men are like, oh, I can have all these women. Because look at danger. Genuine danger. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh to the door of her house. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. There's a little passage here. It says, sins of adultery. Israel's sin at Beth Peor brought the judgments of God upon the nation. And though the same sins may not now be punished as speedily, they will as surely meet retribution. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 17. Nature has affixed terrible penalties to these crimes, penalties which sooner or later will be afflicted upon every transgressor every transgressor. It is these sins more than any other that have caused the fearful degeneracy of our race and the weight of disease and misery with which the world is cursed. That is the truth. Men may succeed in concealing their transgressions from their fellow men, but they will no less surely reap the result in suffering, disease, imbecility, or death. And beyond this life stands the tribunal of the judgment, with its reward of eternal penalties. They which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God, but with Satan and evil angels shall have their part in that lake of fire, which is the second death. Galatians 5, verse 21, and Revelation 20, verse 14. And that's quote from the book Patriarchs and Prophets, page 461. If anyone wants to know, I'm reading from the Remnant Bible. You guys ask quite often, so it is the Remnant Bible, King James Version. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. It's saying, stay far away from side pieces, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. So, and this is the Proverbs of Solomon, mind you, a man whose father was heavy in women, and Solomon also. So if they're telling, this man is telling you, by the way, this is not worth it or whatever. I don't know. I'm not here to teach you. I'm just reading, but I'm just saying, like, he's speaking, I guess, from his experience. Like, people always talk about, like, oh, they had so much women, but Now they're saying from their own experience, stay far away from them. It was bad. Like people use sin in the Bible to justify sin and not the reformation of those very individuals who say, actually, this was a mistake. Turn away from this. Stay far away from this. Anyways, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. Ugh, headache. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. Crazy. Hi. Hi, Black Knight fan. Good morning. And say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in an evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoiced with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. Evil habits is a passage. We should beware of treating sin as a light thing. Terrible is its power over the wrongdoer. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. Proverbs 5, verse 22. The greatest wrong done to a child or a youth is to allow him to become fastened in the bondage of evil habit. Education 291. That's the book. Now go back to verse 23 on Psalms. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. Hi, Floys. Love you. Thank you for sharing. Many blessings to you and yours. You too, my friend. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Lessons through nature, a passage. The ants teach lessons of patient industry, of perseverance in surmounting obstacles, of providence for the future, and the birds are teachers of the sweet lessons of trust. Our Heavenly Father provides for them. But they must gather the food, they must build their nests, and rear their young. Every moment they are exposed to enemies that seek to destroy them. Yet how cheerily they go about their work. How full of joy are their little songs. Education 117, 118 page. That is so funny because that's so true. Because if you ever see like Planet Earth videos or like nature documentaries and they're talking about like ants, the narration, everything, everything about like ants, they're just like they're having so much fun. They're just like they're constantly moving. And what's so funny is I seen a video once where these ants like they picked up this other ant and they walked to the edge of like the leaf or something, branch, whatever, and just threw him over. I was like, it was so ruthless. But ants are hilarious. I think ants can also lift 10 times their own weight. 10 times or 100 times their own weight. Because you'll see like a little ant and it's carrying like a berry, and it's like that berry is definitely heavier than you. But something like that. Anyways, I love nature documentaries. Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, this is Psalms 7, they are brutal. LOL. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And they are brutal because those fire ants or whatever, like on the sidewalk in Arizona, I don't know how people sleep on the sidewalk. Because ants live on the sidewalk. And I sat down on the sidewalk and instantly got bitten, and I got red on the bites or whatever. It hurt so bad. I was like, God bless these suffering people. Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 7, now 8, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. I like this verse too. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding hands to sleep. I really like this one. I always like this one though. Oh, there's another passage but from the previous chapter. Sorry guys, my lips is so dry. It's called Freedom from Sin. Every wrong trait of character, one sinful desire, persistently cherished, will eventually neutralize all the power of the gospel. Every sinful indulgence strengthens the soul's aversion to God. The man who manifests an infidel hardihood or a stolid indifference to divine truth is but reaping the harvest of that which he has himself sown. In all the Bible, there is not a more fearful warning against trifling with evil than the words of the wise man that the sinner shall be holden with the cords of his sins. Proverbs 5, verse 22. Christ is ready to set us free from sin, but he does not force the will, and if by persistent transgression the will itself is wholly bent on evil, and we do not desire to be set free, if we will not accept his grace, what more can he do? We have destroyed ourselves by our determined rejection of his love. As you see the enormity of sin, as you see yourself as you really are, do not give up to despair. It was sinners that Christ came to save. We have not to reconcile God to us, but oh wondrous love. God in Christ is reconciling the world unto himself. 2 Corinthians 5:19. He is wooing by his tender love the hearts of his erring children. No earthly parent could be as patient with the faults and mistakes of his children as is God with those he seeks to save. No one could plead more tenderly with the transgressor. No human lips ever poured out more tender entreaties to the wanderer than he. All his promises, his warnings, are but the breathing of unutterable love. Steps to Christ, page 34 and 35. Because you said why you're not streaming on YouTube like you always do. Because for some reason, YouTube gives me a copyright strike. I don't know, from reading the Bible. I don't know. And I don't have the reason why yet. So now I'm choosing not to stream on YouTube for that. I don't understand that. Every time I'm not putting anything crazy on there, like on the streams. I'm not taking somebody's stuff. And there's fair use laws as well. So like when you show someone else video and you react to it for the purpose of like education purpose, this is not taking their content. So I don't understand what is the copyright. I don't have that answer from them yet. So they don't ban me or nothing, but until I figured this out, I'm tired of YouTube. They're just so disrespectful. Maybe I did something wrong. I have to see, but I don't know. I try to keep adjusting this until I figure it out. Okay. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. Oh, snap. A naughty man. A wicked man. Naughty. Very naughty. What is all this noise? Oh, it's my granny. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh. What? What? Oh. I'm getting all the notification. That's funny because when you say someone is like, my cousin Isaiah, he loves this word. Don't be naughty. Don't be naughty. When he was younger, much younger, he still uses the word naughty. He's like, it's still part of his language. He reads the Bible a lot too, but when he was younger, don't be naughty. Stop. And he didn't know how to say the word W. You would think he was German. He would be Vi. And then he would just crinkle his whole face looking at you. He was adorable. He still is, but he's so big now. He's almost it's almost my height and he's only 12. Very smart boy. Anyway. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He sowed discord. Therefore, good Lord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Who does that remind you of the last couple of years? The government? And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief. A false witness that speak lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. More advice about avoiding adultery. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. I'm so itchy. I'm sorry. I'm just so itchy in my face. To keep thee from evil, not really itchy. Well, a little bit, also my hair in my face. To keep thee from evil women, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals, and his feet not be burned? Good Lord. So he that goeth into his neighbour's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of man, therefore he will not spare in the days of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. I guess we'll leave on chapter 6 and tomorrow continue chapter 7. Because Proverbs is only 31 verses, 31 chapters. We can go now. Well, may God bless the reading of his holy word, surely. We can go now, the verse that somebody suggested me. You're from LA, right? Why does everyone think I'm from LA or New York? I don't understand it. Okay, let me see. Okay, Isaiah 33, verse 22 to 24. Let's try to. Oops, too far. 33, verse 22 to 24. Um, 22, 24. Okay, it says, the Lord will rescue Jerusalem from Assyria. That's this chapter. And the privileges of the godly. Okay. 22. For the Lord, Isaiah 33, verse 22 to 24. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he will save us. Thy tacklings are loosed. They could not well strengthen their mast. They could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided. The lame take the prey. And the inhabitant shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. True. Okay, and someone else asked, Ezekiel 25:17. 25:17. Judgment on Ammon. Judgment on Philistia. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am Lord, I am the Lord, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Real. May the Lord bless the reading of his holy word. Guys, I'm in a foreign place, Arizona, and I miss church. I miss church community. I miss being able to have little events with churches, with your home church. I miss having prayer with people from church. I miss the potlucks after the church service. I miss the church service. I miss the praise and worship, being a part of it and enjoying it in kind. I miss the sermons. I miss the people. I've not been to a church in quite some time. Actually, I have not had my own, rather, church family since I have been in the US. I've been so isolated in so many ways. I miss the days that once upon a time that I could go to the church and just play piano freely and ponder the things of life and God. I miss the days that, you know, the days. Humans are not meant to be alone. Man is not meant to be alone. God says that. And I know that is more specifically addressing love in the marriage sense. Still, I think it's relevant to the natural human, just on their own. You said, don't worry, it will be fine. It will be fine. It will be fine. But that being said, I long for the day that I might find myself amidst a piano of my own and a small but comfortable library that can hold an array of all of my favorite books. be it spiritual, like Christ-centered books, or language books, or history books. My granny had a little small library of books that she keeps, little shelves of books. It is not easy to be isolated for so long or alone, but all will be okay. But it speaks to the greater point in my mind that Christians have work to do, and they are required to be there for people. Because nobody should be without that experience, the full experience of what it means to be a part of a community or just have love. Nobody should be without that feeling. And yeah, there is a lot of bad churches out there, whatever. I'm talking about the people, not the institution, not the corporation, the people. Because the corporation doesn't bless the people with gifts. They don't bless them with gifts to teach. They don't bless them with gifts of linguistics. They don't bless them with gifts of song. They don't give them the voice that touches your heart so deeply that you ponder life. They don't bless you with the gift of teaching. The corporation doesn't do that. God does that. So in that, I miss church. I miss the people, the real people. After church, we used to sit around. Sometimes when there was potluck, we would talk. And after talking, sometimes we would walk to a nearby park or whatever and talk some more about the sermon and how that relates to the things in life now today and what that means for us as young people. Fond memories, reminiscent, crazy. But more than that, I should very much like my own humble abode where I could take much comfort in hymns that I can play at my will without any concern or fear for burden or disruption, and sing to my heart's content with nobody listening but myself and God. And then retire to my chambers where I would enjoy a pleasant book before I fall asleep, or a decent diary entry at least. I long for the days of peace. I have peace now, but a more fulfilling peace, I should say. I'm creating that now. But there is a difference. There's a difference when God delivers you. When you get that moment and you have peace, that is a different type of peace. One that I am longing to experience, nevertheless. Anyways, let me pray to close so that I can get to the morning Gazeta. What is this? All right. This is talking about avoiding adultery and stuff like that. And women and stuff like that. A time is going to come when you teach or preach the word of God. It will be like an echo in the spirit. I've been there, trust me. What do you mean, Sir Henry? By the way, why do you call yourself King Henry? King Henry was a ruthless man. Well, it depends which King Henry you're talking about. But most of the King Henrys were ruthless. That's interesting. That just makes me think of anyways, so this is talking about like the benefits of wisdom and using wisdom, and being focused on it and cherishing it, and then avoiding adultery. But this is particularly talking to men, avoiding, strange women and things like that. Women should avoid adultery as well. They should be responsible, but this part is specifically talking to men for women. Anyway, let me pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for another day of life. Thank you for another opportunity to do a Bible reading here on my stream with everyone listening. I ask that you please touch my heart and my mind and my spirit and fill me with the Holy Spirit so that I can be more like Jesus. Please help me to have the fruits of the Spirit. Please give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and all to those who are listening. Please help us all to cherish wisdom and to use the wisdom that you have given us to direct our paths so that we might be able to do your will and help people to the fullest. Please show us where we are erring and straying in our words, in our thoughts, our deeds, and our actions. Please help me not to have a froward mouth or malicious thoughts or any bad thoughts. Help me and anyone else who's listening, if they struggle with it, help us to have words that are sweet savors to the Lord and words that will encourage and lift people up when they hear our words. Help people to feel love and compassion and grace and mercy when they hear us speaking to them or around them, whichever. Help us to cherish no sin in our heart and help us to go closer and closer to you every day, no matter what the burden, no matter how difficult. Help us to keep you close to our hearts and in our minds. And help us to give grace and aid to those around us who need it. Please help us to be steadfast in our mission and our goals, and help us to refrain from evil and evildoers, and help us to refrain from being envious of the evildoers for the good that it seems they might have. Help us to stay focused on the gratitude of what we have. And help us also to avoid people who are not like you in relationships. Help us to be wise in who we deal with, and please protect us from any person that has ill intention towards us. Please help us to be loyal and to be proper and honorable and respectable in our dealings with other men and women and all that we do in relationships. And please show anybody that is listening, myself included, how the best way is to approach these situations. But thank you for giving us the knowledge here in the Bible. And please help us to ponder these words as we go throughout the rest of our days. Bless us, guard, guide, and protect us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. You said, became every Christian is a king, and my name is Henry, so King Henry. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, guys, so that's been the Bible reading. Before we continue, Amen, and thank you, my friend. Amen, amen. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope you are blessed. So, I will. Let me see. Huh? What is going on? I'm certain that I have this here. Okay, but what is going on? What is going on? C'est quoi ça? Это мой план. Karandash, I think. No, not that. Sorry, guys. I'm, for some reason, en serio? Honestly, serious? This didn't make sense. How it's like that? Like, I literally. Shout out to all the people yesterday that was sending us Thanksgiving. Like, happy Thanksgiving. This is egregious. This is very egregious. Because what is happening? Where? I'm so much frustrated right now. You know when you're like, you looking for something? And no, this is egregious. This is insane. Because you know when you're like looking for something, but it's behind like endless uh, I am so frustrated, and I don't know why I cannot this is just what it's going to be. You know when you're looking for something, you're like, oh my goodness. So let's do daily Gazeta. Or the morning Gazeta. I'm going to need like a cool little thing that shows, daily Gazeta. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's see what this has for. I like this guy. He's so funny. But before I go to him, guys, let me tell you actually. Okay, so I want you to know there's a Christmas extravaganza 2024. So My Pillow is glad to announce that their Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. The famous My Slippers, which are so cute, like so cute. So cute. The famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regular price is $119.98 and now only $59.98. The 6-piece towel set are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list, from bathroom towels or bathroom robes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. Don't forget the classic collection pillows at wholesale pricing for a standard pillow only $14.88. Queen size for $18.88. An upgrade to a king for just $1 more. Body pillows for just $29.98 or the multi-use pillows for $9.88. So go to mypillow.com/Karis, that's Karis, or call 1-800-845-2942 to be sure to use promo code Karis, Karis, to save on all My Pillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98 or the 6-piece towel sets for just $29.98. But that's not all. They're extending their 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025, plus all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. Just go to mypillow.com/Karis, Karis, or call 1-800-845-2942 and use promo code Karis, Karis. So anyways, guys, go check that out. I have tried the pillow. Super great. Loved it. And the slippers are so cute. Like, so cute. Literally something for everyone in your family, like for Christmas, can be there. So, entonces, donc, equal and opposite French and Spanish. Entonces and donc means the same thing. Like then. Did you know environ in French means about? Yes, greetings from Rome. Shout out to Caesar. Hello, Sir Wadi. Okay, let's look. Daily Gazeta. Guys, I have so much trouble sometimes to speak English, and it is my first language. Da 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 da. Let's see what this guy has to say. It has to be presentation. My bad.
I miss how Black Friday used to be because you weren't working. you ever notice the employees weren't having fun, or could you not see them because they were on the ground getting stepped on? Remember, we'd wake up before light and it'd be pitch black and crowded and freezing? You're describing being a coal miner in 1836. It wasn't fun. You don't miss Black Friday. You miss being outside and around people. You're lonely. We remember Black Friday being fun just like we remember PS1 games looking like real life. It wasn't the case. I miss how Black Friday used to be because you weren't working. Did you ever notice the employees weren't having fun, or could you not see them because they were on the ground getting stepped on? Remember, we'd wake up before light and it'd be pitch black and crowded and freezing? You're describing being a coal miner in 1830.
Who was it?
It wasn't fun. You don't miss Black Friday. You miss being outside and around people. You're alone.
I don't remember if it was it was a Walmart or if it was Macy's. I think it was Walmart, where they had a bodyguard that was huge. He was huge. But when it came down to Black Friday, like someone was getting stomped on. I don't remember if they died or whatever. When he said people getting stepped on, someone actually got trampled. Like a bunch of people trampled them. I used to come to America for Black Friday with my family every year. Well, what seemed like every year. We came frequently. And I was a kid, and I remember the cameras were on sale. I think they were like Canon cameras, expensive ones. It should have been like over $1,000, and they were like down to like $200 something. And my aunt had us all go grab, all of the kids go grab an individual camera for the adults, because each person can only grab one, but they can't stop kids all from grabbing their own one. And I saw people dolphin dive into piles of things, because a lot of those things were like wrapped with like is it saran wrap? And then when they cut into it and open it and unraveled it, oh my goodness, people were insane. And we were shopping from morning till night, because it was cheaper to shop for Christmas stuff by taking the trip to America and coming back. It was still cheaper than shopping in Canada. How crazy is that? And we would leave before the sun rose, and we would get back at like dawn or dusk, like way late in the night, even early, like, because it's like an all-day endeavor. And we'd stand outside in the lines that would double around Walmart or other places like Macy's, JCPenney, Nordstrom, or whatever those, or Burlington, I don't know. The ones I remember the most is like JCPenney and Macy's and Walmart and things like that. And it was just so funny. It was just so funny. And I remember coming to Target in America, because we didn't have Target for a while, and then we got it, and then Target went out of I was going to say it went out of stock. It became unpopular. It went what is that English word? It went it became unpopular, and they got rid of it. What's next here? Her date canceled on her because how she was dressed. Valid. I like this guy. He's funny. He said, I don't like how she's dressed. It's inappropriate. Yes, I'm already dressed. Nah, shorty, I'm not going nowhere with you if you wearing that. This look like a clown's outfit. Let's be for real. You can't even sleep in that. What's the point for that? Who would even buy that? I like this rack in the back though. What's wrong with it? WTF, I'm grown. It's a certain way you should want to present yourself, and that ain't it. Trash. Oh, I'm good. I have on a dress. What's not presented with it? I'm confused. N words never had an issue spending money on me, regardless of what I wore. I'm good on that. Enjoy your yo night though. WTF, you're weird ASL. Okay. Is ASL like as hell? Because that's not even making sense to me. Because would it not be ASH? Like, what is this? No, this is so inappropriate, and it's not even looking good. It's not even looking. It's not looking good. It's not looking classy. Like, she could be wearing something more beautiful for her body, something that shows that's fitted. It still shows her like a nice figure, and it still makes her look beautiful. So, like, this is no good.
Oh my God! Oh, yes!
They said, ooh, yes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would that be the first thing he did? That's what I was laughing about. Why would she slap him off the? That was confusing to me. Why? Why? Why did you immediately? She's a product of her values. You're right. You said I was going to tag you in the pic to see what you would say. Oh, you've seen it. Yeah, honestly, what's a daily gazeta? It's what I'm doing right now. Reading the news on on X and reaction. Yeah, your first response, even if something shocks you, should not be for violence. That's a problem. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's a problem. A problem. Wow. Thanksgiving 60 years ago versus today. Congratulations. Shout out to you. This is amazing. This is amazing. And you see, like, her name is Cam, Roman Cam. You will not, someone might see, okay, maybe she's not attractive because she's heavy. They might not see her features the same way in her face, even. But she lost weight. She has a beautiful face. Look at this. She has a beautiful face. And you know what? If she is a genuine, nice character girl, she can still pull more guys than the girl who just looks good and has a terrible personality because maybe she's funny, she's sweet, she's pretty, she's cute, whatever. You know? My dad tells me like that, so. Because, again, you can lose weight easier than you can change your character. Like we read in the Bible, the hardest thing for someone is change the character. But this is a crazy amount of weight loss. Amazing. Congrats to her. My mom was my age 24 when she had me, and look how good she looked. Mind you, I was the fourth one. What? She looks amazing. It's so cute. And you were the fourth one. Wow, by 24, she had the 4 kids. And that was normal back then. Like, Having kids, at my dad's age, everyone had kids by 24. Now my age, everyone's like, oh, I gotta be 30, I have to be 40. It's not normal. Like, we really should go back to prioritizing, telling people, encouraging women it's okay to have children. It's okay to have children young, as a young adult, like an adult, a full adult, but a young adult. You can't be secure. You have your relationship, whatever. But you don't have what in the what? No, no, I'm sorry. I don't even want to know. A big man who reminds me of how small I am. Real. That's real. Women love to feel small. And it doesn't mean like just in height, like in size. Like she likes a man that is bigger than her because she can feel like he's himself is like encompassing all around her. Like she is enclosed in his space. Pink floral lingerie, that's crazy. The flowers are pretty though, I don't know. No means no, Sean. Diddy has been denied bail for a third. One thing that I can say, a man who is genuinely, this is the thing about a man who people are always like, oh, what if the person's lying, whatever. Some people do lie. That's true. But a man or a woman who genuinely is an abuser, they have no concept for boundaries. They don't care. How this guy said, no means no, Sean. When someone keeps going, trying to push your boundary, and you're telling them, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. And they keep going until they get to, that is a predator mindset person, man or woman. When you say you don't want to, and in your clear frame of mind, they don't respect it. So they create the circumstance where you can be drugged or alcohol drunk so that they can sleep with you or get it from you. That is a predator mindset person. Because if you cannot get what you want from this person in their clear frame of mind and they keep telling you, no, I don't want to, and then you create a circumstance where you can lower their inhibitions and take it from them, you are a scary person, man. You are a scary person. And that's insane to me, because I have never wanted somebody that just did not want me. Like, I do not want anything to do with a man who makes it clear that he wants nothing to do with me. Like, I can appreciate, I can be like, oh, like I really like that this guy is this way. He's so amazing. But if he wants nothing to do with me, okay, sorry, sir. I'm not even going to approach him anyways. I'm not even going to approach him like that, because it's like, I don't believe in doing that. I think women should not be the approachers. My father told me to like always let men approach you, and I let men approach me. And then I redirect them to my father for vetting. But if somebody says no, no means no. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand, and it really disturbs my spirit, because when somebody is a predator, they're a predator in many aspects of life. It's not just when they are physically assaulting someone, because there are many steps that you have to take on the way there. The ideology is with that person consistently. They are always trying to break your boundary. They're always trying to find a way to touch you. They're always trying to find a way to force information out of you. They're always trying to find a way to push you to do things that you do not want to do, whether it be small or large. They want to usurp your authority over yourself consistently and will never miss an opportunity to take that chance. That person is deeply terrifying. No means no. And those people who are genuine predators, it's not like, oh, there's predators lurking and they are they're rapists or physical abusers, blah blah blah. And experience in time allows you to see the ideology of these kind of people. The ideology will always expose them. It's not just in the act, because even police, they use ideology to catch predators and bad people, criminals. They use ideological mindset and thinking because there's a repeated pattern in behavior, because there's also addiction mindset. So they're going to follow the addiction. Whenever something goes wrong, whenever they're happy, they're sad, or whatever, they're feeding themselves with an addiction. And the addiction is that ideology that causes them to have predatory behaviors. So when they're going throughout their everyday life, when people are assessing situations now and they say, oh, did he do it? Did he not do it? Well, does his ideology present? Like, what's the evidence of the actual crime? That's one. Is there substantiating evidence for the actual crime? And two, like, what are the circumstances around the way in which it was conducted or happened? Can you outline the circumstances clearly? And also, is that man carrying a predatory ideology in his everyday endeavors? Because he cannot. Predators are addicts. They cannot help it. It's like a dog returning to its vomit. They cannot help it, and it's nasty. And I've seen this with men and women. As a survivor of trafficking, I've seen this with men and women. It doesn't matter how small usurping the authority action can be, whether it's correcting even your speech. They want to force you in every way to do exactly as they want you to do. And if you don't, they're unhappy and they punish you because now you are not feeding the emotion they want to feel out of you. It is sick. It is 100% sick. So no, I haven't seen any of the actual evidence of this case yet. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. There's clearly wrong things happening. I just have not seen it to the fullest. I seen what he did with Cassie that was messed up to the nines. Like, that was messed up. And I don't know the full situation. I haven't looked into all of it. But when the evidence comes out, it comes out. But my point is, no means no. And what that guy said there, or woman, whatever, is very deep. Because a predator is a predator is a predator through and through. And a lot of times we overlook things because we think, oh, this person's a nice person, or they do all these things. Maybe they're the best person at their job. Maybe they're making the most money for the company. Maybe they donate to a lot of charities. Maybe they're a judge. Maybe they're a lawyer. Maybe they're a doctor. Maybe they're a pastor. Evil has no bounds. A soul can be corrupted if they so choose it, right? So it doesn't have a specific career or race or gender or whatever. Because there's a lot of female predators and people don't want to acknowledge that. And that's a conversation people don't want to have, but it's true. Because a lot of men would not be the way they were if women were not predators on little boys and men. And that's just straight up and down. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's true. No means no. And that ideology of this in and of itself, I watch people's inability to do this very simple thing. even if I'm in a conversation with a man and I'm telling him, I do not wish to discuss this with you. I do not wish to argue with you. I do not wish to discuss these topics. I don't really know much about it, or I think it doesn't pertain to me as a woman. And they try to force you continually to talk. I would never trust myself to be alone with that person. I don't care. Because if you won't even respect my basic request not to have this conversation with you, you will do far worse to me. And I'm not saying that that person like that is definitively a rapist. I'm saying that that person doesn't know boundaries and you're tending in a very dangerous direction, man or woman, because now you're doing things out of your own feelings and you're saying that how you feel trumps my authority over myself, and I can't have serious dealings with someone like that. I can't talk to people like that. Not seriously. I can't trust you. I can't be friends with you. Like, I might be acquainted, like work or whatever, because maybe you have to, whatever. But if I see somebody treating me like that, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Stay away from me." I don't like anything that tries to have authority over me. The only thing that I enjoy having authority over me is the things that have its place to have authority, like God, a father, and a husband. Outside of that, if you have no relation to me, no means no, man. Even with God, a father, and a husband, a good father and husband, they're not going to try to force you. God himself wants us to have free will. God himself will not force me to talk to him. God himself will not force me to do good things. He'll let me have the consequences, but he won't force me. So why as a human should you force somebody to love you, to talk to you? Why do you want to sleep with somebody who doesn't even want to sleep with you? I never understood that. Why do you want having sex with someone is such an intimate and personal thing. Why do you want somebody inside of you that you don't, or why do you want to be inside of somebody that you don't even, that is not even going to enjoy it? Like, they're not even gonna, like, what kind of sick mentality is it that you want even the embrace or the touch or the hug of someone that you can see very clearly does not like you or does not want it? And it's very clear when a woman actually wants you, because she will be struggling to keep herself in sorts. Like, she will be all over you. She will, like, a woman can compose herself and things like that. But I'm saying, like, women have emotions as well, and if they're in a situation and passions fly high or whatever. But why are you, why? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. If somebody doesn't want you, leave it alone. You know? Leave it alone. Hi, Indy or Ideen, sorry. There's nothing that makes me more frustrated or enraged, like livid blood boiling, blood boiling, than a strange man or strange woman trying to usurp my authority over myself. Nothing makes me more, it makes my stomach turn more than that. And then watching them do to other people, nothing makes me more disgusted. Because I did not grow up with family usurping my authority, not my father. Like, there's things that I had to definitively do, like, oh, Kaysha, go do your chores, whatever. But my dad let me largely suffer consequences in real time and then also discipline. But he was never, you need to do this or else. Like, he showed me, if you do this, it will help you this way. And this is why I'm giving this to you, because I want you to succeed and this is going to help you. So he was stern and firm, strict and firm in his belief in his convictions in God, but he was gentle. He was, more firm when he needed to be, but he was gentle overall. Oh, Kaysha, this is going to be good for this because of this, who, what, when, where, why, how. And when you don't do this, this is the consequences of it. And if you don't do this, this is what you're going to have happen. And you're just going to have to deal with it. And I will have to leave it at that. So he told me from beginning to end, cause and effect, what will happen if I don't listen to him. His advice. He gave me the outline. And by the time, if I didn't listen to him, every time I hit a checkpoint of what he said will happen, I was punching myself in the face. So I should have listened. He said this was going to happen and this happened. He said this and this and this. I'm on par for the route to destruction in this moment. For what I just for what I'm doing right now, and I better stop. So when parents do that with you, you're able to have insight, even catch yourself in real time with what's going on so that you don't do the mistake, that you can stop yourself in real time or you don't repeat the mistake. And you never will be doing this nonsense because people even do this in the smallest ways and it makes my skin crawl. Like I know men that you will sit at the very edge of the couch on the opposite end of the couch here. Say it's a long couch and they will come and sit right here up next to you like this. And nothing makes me want to pull my hair out more than men and women like that. Because why? You see, I've made a very clear declaration that I want to be apart. And you're telling me that I don't know what's best for me, that you in fact know better what is best for me than I know what's best for me. Like my grandmother would say, who dare you? How dare you? How dare you come so close to me without my permission? How dare you think that you can have the access to speak to me in such a manner and demand information of me that is not your business? How dare you try to be close to me when you have no right. You have no permission, you have no right. And a lot of people are like this. And some of them do it ignorantly. Some men, they like you, whatever else. Even if I liked a man, if he came and did that to me, I'd be like, this man has no boundaries. I need to stay away from him. Because even if he was not malintended, it doesn't mean that I would be accusing him, oh, you're definitely predator, blah, blah. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, if he was doing that, it'd be clear to me that he lacks the insight to realize that he's betraying a boundary, which means he can't even protect me from things going forward in the future. Because if he's overlooking this and making this mistake and he's lacking intentionality in his actions towards me and allowing his feelings to override his decisions on how he might operate with me, I can't trust him. I can't. I never even seen my father do something like that. Never. My father gives everybody their boundaries, whatever else, in space. He allows people free will to come to him and back and forth, and he doesn't care. Do whatever you want to do and have consequences or whatever, follow the right thing, whatever, but free will. So a man like that, he might not be full-blown messed up or predator or whatever, because it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, I can't trust him because he doesn't have leadership quality. And there's nothing wrong with liking a woman and wanting to be close to her. But especially if you have a woman that is abused, like I was talking about yesterday, if you have a woman that is abused and traumatized, she lacks boundaries because so many boundaries were broken for her. And the way that she feels is the reality for her because of what's gone on. When you've been sexually abused or badly beaten or whatever as a woman, it is so inside of you, literally. It is like, it feels like it is you. This is why the Bible says rape is worse than rising up against your brother and killing him, because that is something that lives almost in you for the rest of your life. It is disgusting. It's like no scrubbing can get that off of you because it feels like it's in you. And ultimately, the only thing that can protect her is boundaries. And if she pays attention to the man that has no boundaries, it might make her feel good, but that man is going to put her in worse problems. You said a good man does not force his will on a woman, no matter who they are. Exactly. And that's not leadership at all. Exactly. Addie, I don't know why it says I'm offline, but I'm here. At least you can see me. Because that woman who's traumatized, and she is going to have no concept of boundaries because she wants comfort, and whatever feels good to her is going to make her, she's going to cling on to it for dear life because she's like, wow, a soothing balm. Like her fuse is blown, but she feels like a soothing balm. So the guy with no boundaries, he comes along, he's making her feel this way, and he's going to get whatever he wants from her, which is why it's so dangerous, because she has a good intention, because she's like, oh, I want to feel good. I want to be happy. I want to have a relationship. I want someone to care about me, for me, with me. And he's coming along like, I want for me. I want to take this from you because it will please me. And even if he's well-intended, that cycle that they will go through is going to be tumultuous and dangerous, because the lack of boundaries will feed her delusion. The lack of boundaries will make her a worse and more anxious, tumultuous, and disloyal person. That man needs to keep the boundaries with a woman, especially a traumatized one, because the boundaries will show her, okay, we're operating in love, in respect. We need to, I need to respect him as a man and my leader, the headship of my home. If you don't have boundaries, she's not going to respect you. She's going to feel like she can do whatever she wants with you, and she can. She's going to walk all over you. Men have to set the tone for the respect, because women will try at every opportunity to push the limits, and not in the way where she thinks in her mind, I'm trying to usurp the authority, but she's thinking, I want to feel good, and this might make me feel good. Let me try and do this. A man has to, and women don't think in the leadership way like men do. Men have to set that tone for respect and be like, no, we're not doing this. No, you're not doing this. And you don't have to be stern or harsh or rude or whatever. You can be gentle. You can be kind. You can be firm when you need to be, whatever. You're a man, you decide. But you need to, with women, establish respect off the bat. Especially those who are traumatized, which is like every woman under the sun these days. Every single one of them. This world has become so wicked. Men and women alike all have been traumatized so greatly because of the way our society has been the past couple of centuries. It's insane. It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. Establish the boundary and respect, and the woman will love you more. Because the man without boundaries, eventually the woman doesn't feel safe, because she knows that it's emotionally tumultuous, and she knows that she's like this, and that's why she's doing that emotionally. And when the man lacks the boundaries and he does the same behaviors as her, she becomes terrified. She cannot trust him. Eventually she starts to feel insecure, but the man who has boundaries, who sets the tone for respect and honor and loyalty and trust, she's like, I can trust, even if I'm sad, even if I'm having a hard day, I can trust that this man is going to be consistent because I know when I do this, he does this. I know when I do that, he does that. I know if I communicate with him in this way, this is what's going to happen. I know if I overstep this boundary, this is what's going to happen because he has structure, he has order. He's a leader, right? So that's what it is. Oh my goodness. I have to show you guys this. I just see my dad just shared something to me. This is crazy. OnlyFans needs to be abolished. OnlyFans is a crime of monumental proportions. OnlyFans, I need to be careful. I'm being emotional right now. I can't believe what I seen. I can't believe what I just seen. I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this. This is so sad. This is so sad. This is so sad. What kind of world are we living in where women, oh my gosh, they feel empowered and beautiful by degrading themselves? Good Lord. Let me show you. This is sad. Gosh. It says, imagine having twins and they turn out to be incest OF hoes with no morals or self-respect.
If I have a headache, I bet I don't. Reasons to date, not one, but two twins. If I have a headache, I bet I don't. You'll never run out of something to eat, and you'll get the best of both worlds. Reasons to date, not one, but two twins. If I have a headache, I bet I don't. You'll never run out.
What happened? Where's the father? How, like, where what? Like, I can't, what? That's nasty. What did their father do to them to make them that way? Or their mother? Like, what happened? What did their parents do to them? Because this doesn't come out of a vacuum. Who hurt them? What happened? Or what happened? I have two sisters and a brother. And I could never imagine being in a relationship with someone intimately and with my sibling. Why would someone allow that? Why would a man? This is what I'm saying about boundaries. Why would a man even allow that? Why would a man even give that type of woman attention? Why would you say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this with both of these women that are why would you do that? Because at the end of the day, now you've done that. The father, he's created the circumstances for those women to be that way. The father, the mother, the parents. Because how you do that, how that comes to be, my mind has to be fatherlessness or something. Because I can't even process that. So that's one. The parents created that circumstance for those children to be nasty that way. And now they're doing this at such a young age together as sisters and twins, and so sad and disturbing. And then you come along as the benefactor of it, as a man, and you just take it. You are adding to the trauma and the stress of that woman and creating the very women that you hate down the line. That is so degenerate. That is so... What is with my hand? That is so... Like, why would you give attention to that type of woman? And as a man, you must know, because you have to think to yourself, if this was your daughter, if this was your sister, if this was your mother, what will you think? That's insane to me. I can't even... That's so nasty. Like, I can't even, like... What? That makes me so sad. I think that is so sad. Our world should not be like that. Women should not have to... women should not have to sell themselves. We should be having families. We should be... and so young. That's so sad. Rob Reiner has spent his entire life proving Archie Bunker right. I don't know what that means. Mind you, she knows he has a wife and still chose to say this out loud.
Kendrick's album, I had a Kendrick Lamar phase, and I was convinced I was going to be with him. Who has listened to Kendrick's album? I have had it on repeat for the past 4 or 5 days since it's been out. I did not just hop on the Kendrick train now. About 8 years ago, I had a whole Kendrick phase. I was convinced I was going to be with him. And I loved him when I was younger so much, from Section 80, even the mixtape before that had Alien Girl on it. Like, I've been a diehard Kendrick fan. Okay, let's talk about it. I love Man in the Garden. What else? I love Luther. I love Reincarnated. I love TV Off, of course. I had a Kendrick Lamar phase. And
I don't know any of those songs.
I was going to be with him.
I only know a few songs of Kendrick, to be fair. And that's only because I was introduced to them in university. Ouch, my back. What happened? Yeah, honestly, people like celebrities or whatever, but Chloe Bailey. Oh, she's a celebrity, is she not? Maybe they run in the same circles. I don't know. Honestly, in this way, what she's saying, I don't know if she knows him personally or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if this is them standing together. I don't know. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't know. But this is why I said, like, women, like, they should not approach men, like, because at the end of the day, your feelings don't matter. If a man wants you, he's gonna come to you. And this girl is saying that Kendrick had a wife, so obviously nothing was gonna happen. But saying this out loud, I guess, while knowing, like, if you know him and you're saying this out loud, and that's a little ruthless, I can't lie. That's ruthless. That is ruthless. But then I'm also curious, is this her with Kendrick? Was there something going on? Or is this his wife? No, I don't think this is his wife. This looks like it's her. I don't know what's going on there. But that's ruthless. If a man has a family, leave him and his family. Like, that's just it. if a man is just a single man, I would say don't even approach him. I don't approach men as prospects to myself. My lip is really dry. I don't approach men as prospects for myself. And I won't. Because my father taught me that if a man wants you, he shall come and try to, make it happen, like be with you. You don't have to chase a man. My dad said men like what they work for. So if a man is not working for you to get with you, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a crush or not. It's not going to happen. Move on to someone who will actually appreciate you. Move on to someone who will actually love you, because there will be someone. You might like a certain personality type. Like she might like someone who has the personality type like Kendrick. There will be someone else with a similar personality type. Like, because it's not just the person, it's like the characteristics that she probably likes. So there will be somebody else that she can find that has the characteristics in a man that she needs. What you're experiencing is pure passion. And every genuine passion carries a calling within. Oh, thanks, King Henry. Appreciate it. By the grace of God and my Father alone. Thank you. But what is Photoshop? What is Photoshop? Oh, you're saying that the picture together is Photoshop. Oh, it's not real. She put the photo together. Oh, that is crazy. No. I'm not doing this. I'm never doing this. This is insane. I am not. But is she not also famous? Chloe Bailey. The name sounds familiar to me. But anyways, I'm not photoshopping a picture of myself with someone. That's insane. I'm not doing that. That's actually crazy. I am not like that. It is never that serious. It is never that serious. But yeah, if you do have a crush on someone, it doesn't matter. Move on to someone who will actually love and care for you. There's endless people in this world. Like, there's 8 billion people in this world. Somebody will love you. That sounds like, oh my goodness, but literally somebody will love you. There is 8 billion people on this planet. Jackie Chan movies be like, I don't want any trouble. It kicks you in the face. Dead person. Oh my gosh. And that's also boundaries. Like, you can admire something or someone or whatever, but don't be like putting pictures of yourself together with somebody, photoshopping pictures together. My grandma accidentally locked my baby in the car. At least the baby got out. Like, she got her to unlock.
Y'all, my grandmother locked the goddamn door. Put her in the car seat and but strapped to get out. Get out. Come on. Come on, get in the front.
Okay, at least.
Come on, unlock the door for me. Unlock the door. My baby smart.
You said my baby smart.
Come on.
Nice.
Lock my baby in that car. You.
Now,
my grandma accidentally locked my baby in the car.
Get out your seat and
they're
open
lucky
the door.
that the baby is actually smart, because that could have gone a completely different way. And if the baby felt like how the baby fell on the seat there, that could have been a whole lot worse. Thank goodness it wasn't, be careful, man. Be careful. I mean, parents is parents, but be careful. That would freak me out if a baby was locked in the car. Should you have a secret bank account in a relationship? Why would you have a secret bank account? Why would you? Why is this a thing? Oh, it's Black Friday. I should go online shopping. she was like, no. Should you have a secret bank account in a relationship? Why? Like, I feel like if you keep secrets from your spouse about anything, it's like a recipe for disaster because first of all, why are you married to someone who you're afraid to know about your money? Why would you be married to someone that you're scared if they find out about your money? Y'all hate yourself. Must be. I'm sorry. Because your wife, your husband should be your teammate, your partner. You should be able to tell them like everything. Because if something happens and they don't know about this and things go sideways, you screwed both people. You're making a decision that affects both people without the respect of discussing it with the other person and how they think it might affect them, because now you're also not giving them the opportunity to decide if they want to stay with you in that situation. Because something like this, or anything really, if you hold it as a secret, it's like, what else are you holding? And whatever the secret may be, not telling that to your spouse is withholding the information because you maybe don't want the reaction, maybe, I don't know. Because some people, they'll be like, this is a betrayal, I don't forgive you, and they will leave. Some people. I would just be like, why are you hiding a bank account and money from me? I don't even leave the house. Like, what are you scared of? Like, I don't even spend money. So what are you scared of? I would be deeply offended. I would think that he thought I was a terrible person and that he didn't care about me or something. I don't know. Mate, do you want to be seen or not? I'm not sure I fully get it, but it seems funny. I have something controversial to say. Pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie is the same thing. Okay, shut up, but like lower your voice, please. I guess shut up is a little bit, sorry, it's not kind. Lower your voice. You don't walk around your house barefoot. My cousin, white girlfriend, in my granny kitchen barefoot. Why would she be wearing shoes in the house? Why would you wear shoes in the house? That has nothing to do with being white or not. What kind of disrespect is that? You just want the person of the house to have more to clean because you're tracking your outside dirt in their home everywhere you go? That's nasty. 1.58 stone, 87 kilogram. This is surgery. Has to be. That's crazy. Why? I'm going to tell you right now. I have I guess like apparently if you have a thigh gap, you have like wider like hips, or like inner part of your hips, I don't know. I always have like a little gap even when I get thicker. Like I always have a gap between my thighs. When they begin to touch, if they begin to touch, the discomfort is beyond me. It's not practical to me. It feels like it's inhibiting my walk. I can't stand it. There is a whole lot of thigh touching there on that photo. I wouldn't be able to handle it. If a woman acts like a baby in the relationship, it means she's with a man. If a woman acts like a mother in the relationship, it means she's with a baby. I see what she's saying. There's truth to this statement. And I'll end on that one. And actually this chicken Caesar croissant sandwich, because this looks really good. Like I actually would eat that. But oops. If a woman acts like, what she's saying is like, if a woman acts like very very like kind of like, I guess she's suggesting like submissive, and she's not very controlling, then she's with a man who she's with like a man who she thinks is actually a good leader, and she respects him because she's submitting to his headship, his intelligence, his authority, his knowledge, his wisdom. She doesn't want to be above him. She just wants to follow his lead. If a woman acts like a mother in the relationship, she has no respect for that man whatsoever. She thinks he's incompetent. She thinks he's a child. She resents him. But a woman who submits herself under the authority of the man, she's like, oh, he's taking care of me. That's what she means by the baby. He's taking care of me. But you can't act like a baby, because that means you're not taking care of him. She has to also take care of him the way a wife should, a woman of Proverbs 31, and he has to take care of her the way a husband would, which Christ says that to love your wife as Christ loved the church. So you can't be a full baby. I get what she's saying, just the taking care of aspect. But take care of a man and respect him and honor him. But you can't be like all or nothing in that. Women just don't like the feeling that they are the ones doing everything in the relationship. They're in full control of the relationship. That makes them feel like they're the mother, and that's a very sick dynamic to have, really. It's even very sick for the woman to treat the man like she is a baby, because like I get what she's trying to say, so like I liked it, but in the grand scheme of things, gotta make sure you equal that out. He needs loving care as well. Just don't mother him. And anyways, yeah, we'll leave on this because I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat, and this reminded me, I feel like I'm checking out because I'm hungry. So, and I got a show at 10:30. I'm not 10:30. You see, guys, like I'm checking out. I'm so hungry. I got a show coming up on the Karis Project at 11 a.m. That's just like in 37 minutes. So go follow us there. The show will be showing on Frank Speech TV as well at 5 p.m. Eastern. And we're also going to be having another show from the Karis Project at 4 p.m. today. So stay tuned for that. Go ahead and follow me on all my other socials. If you want to support the work that I'm doing here on the Karis Project, please subscribe to my channel on X. You can also subscribe to me on Substack, The Chronicles of My Heart. The Chronicles of My Heart, where I share myself more personally with you guys. Things, my experiences, my thoughts, or whatever. And yeah, I'm really enjoying sharing these things with you. It feels very intimate and personal, and I actually am kind of enjoying it. I don't tell you everything, but just a peek and open door. You can also we'll be posting exclusive content on QUX, Locals, and Vocal, and you can find us on there as well. Vocal is a Frank Speech TV app, and Locals and QUX is other good platforms as well. So go subscribe to us on there, follow us, whatever. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and listening today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.